Hello, Ben Füglister. You are the artistic director and founder of the CAP Prize, which is an international prize for contemporary African photography that is awarded annually since 2012. Could you please present a bit this prize?
Yes, thank you, Pauline. Well, the CAP Prize, yes, it's all started in 2012 when I was working in an editorial capacity at an arts magazine, and we actually considered publishing an issue on contemporary African photography. And then we tried to research out the contemporary African photography and couldn't actually find that much out there back then in the internet, at least. We used our contacts, etc., and so forth. We found the same names that we published earlier already, or that we knew already, but nothing new in particular. At the same time, I've realized that many initiatives started happening on the African continent, like the Lagos Photo Festival started out, the Addis Photo Fest started out. Market Photo Workshop made big waves internationally, etc., and so forth. So these two reasons made me very curious what else is going on the African continent. So I started a call for entries, which turned into the CAP Prize. It was meant to be a one-time thing, but since it was so well received in the international photography community, I decided to continue doing it. And now we are currently in our 9th year. Entering the 10th year in November. We are very excited to see where it takes us.
And so every year you give 5 prizes, you nominate 5 winners, and these winners, they are exhibited in an exhibition usually organized in Basel, is that right?
Yes, that's exactly right. So the CAP Prize is a so-called exposure award, which means that there is no money involved, but we offer the 5 winners, which are, by the way, not first, second, third, etc. They're all on the same level. Exposure through our media contacts, but also through exhibitions. So we organize between 3 and 7 international exhibitions, mainly outdoor exhibitions with the 5 winning projects. The main exhibition is at the IAF Basel Festival for Contemporary Art. That's held annually in September. It's one of our own initiatives. It's an arts festival that is also dedicated to the African continent. We're mainly focusing on photography. For this main exhibition, large-scale outdoor exhibitions, we invite the 5 winners to attend the festival to Basel for a week, and we include them in our festival program as much as we can. We connect them with collectors, with curators, etc., and so forth, so they can network for future projects.
And the prize is open to photographers from the African continent, and their work have to relate to Africa or to the African diaspora?
Yes, so the prize, that's a very good point. The prize is not as such for African photographers, but it's for African photography. In the context of the CAP Prize, this is defined as photography that has been taken on the African continent or that engages with an African diaspora. This means that it's open for any photographers worldwide. It is a prize for photo series, not for single images. So we ask the photographers to submit bodies of work from 10 to 25 images, including a short project description. We do that because it's, as I said, an exposure award, and we have to be able to put it into an appealing exhibition. If we only had 5 single images as winners, this would not really make for an exhibition with just 5 images.
Mm-hmm. How do you...
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I would also like to add that we strongly believe that if somebody works on a photo series, which is usually a longer-term project, the person that creates the body of work engages deeper into a topic than with just single images, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm. How do you reach all these potential photographers?
So we reach them, of course, through our call for entries, through social media platforms, website, media partnerships, etc. but also through our exhibitions that we hold worldwide. For example, we exhibited a couple of times at Lagos Photo Festival. We exhibited at the fifth CV in Cabo Verde. We've exhibited at the Month of Photography in Vienna, at the Basel Festival of Contemporary Art, at Photo Ireland, etc. So through these exhibitions, we engage a lot with the local photography community, and especially on the African continent, this is a main fire starter, basically, for the local photographers to join the next edition of the CAP Prize.
So you are in contact with art schools as well on the continent, with institutions, art spaces?
Exactly. We also collaborate with schools, with art spaces, museums, art fairs, festivals, etc. So this happens mainly through our extended program that we started in 2015. Since then, we also offer workshops by our winners. So whatever our winners are good at, it doesn't necessarily have to be taking a picture. It can also be self-marketing, or it can be how to fund a project, etc. For photographers on the African continent, always in collaboration with local institutions such as schools, workshops, artist groups, museums, etc.
Mm-hmm. And so each year you receive a large number of portfolio, from which you select a shortlist, and then you select the 5 winners. Can you tell us about this year's shortlist?
Well, yes, we have 25 shortlisted projects this year. For the first time, actually, what is very interesting is that we have 3 times one photographer with 2 shortlisted projects. That's a new one. So you can see you can also enter more than 1 project annually if you're a photographer. These 25 artists have been chosen from roughly 900 applications this year by a panel of judges of 19 international photography enthusiasts. They are from various fields. They can be curators, editors, publishers, photographers, festival directors, etc. So we try to keep this panel of judges as diverse as possible and to change it annually in order to avoid filth and in order not to repeat ourselves every year with the kind of winners we have. Also, the panel of judges is as large as it is because we believe that even if a photographer is not among the winners or among the shortlisted artists, one or the other judge may still love the project that he or she saw so much that he or she will use it for a future project anyway. The 25 artists that have been, or the 25 projects that have been selected this year, what is special about them, other than a few artists have 2 projects, is that we have quite a bit more applications from the North African art. We have quite a few projects more than usually from North Africa as compared to other years, and therefore also more North African photographers in the shortlist. Other than that, I cannot really point out any topics that were at the majority or were new topics that were covered. This is very difficult for us to do. We're being asked quite regularly about that. It's difficult because the prize is open for any genre of photography. So it can be conceptual, it can be black and white, it can be portraiture, it can be documentary, it can be photojournalism, etc. So all these genres divided by 1,000 submissions or applications leave rather small numbers. We keep it that way because it makes for a very interesting exhibition if you don't only have one genre in the end amongst the 5 winners. Yeah, so we were very excited to see the 5 winners this year. We were actually supposed to announce them yesterday at Photo Basel, not virtual art fair, but actual physical art fair in Basel. We have postponed the announcement to September potentially, when Photo Basel is doing its pop-up fair in Berlin potentially. We will hitchhike on that, and we will then announce the 5 winners of the CAP Prize 2020.
So you may exhibit, I mean, the 5 winners may be exhibited in Berlin as well.
Exactly. We're currently working on possibilities to do a winners exhibition instead of at the IAF Basel, which was unfortunately also cancelled this year. We'll do it during the gallery weekends in collaboration with Photo Basel in the Berlin pop-up.
Yeah, so the IAF festival has been quite impacted by the COVID-19 as well as many other, as the cultural sphere in general.
Yes, it is. It has been quite challenging, especially because the concept of the IAF Basel Festival is that all the programming takes place outdoors, which would on one hand be a very good thing in this COVID situation, but on the other hand, it's very challenging because the authorities do not give permissions to organize events as long as they don't know how many people are allowed to attend the events. And as long as we do not have our assigned spots in the city of Basel for the festival programming, we cannot ask for funding because we cannot tell our funders what we're planning to do with the money. So it's kind of a vicious circle, which led us to the conclusion that we will skip the IAF Basel 2020.
Mm-hmm. And it's almost, as you said, it's almost 10 years that the prize exists. How do you see the next steps? What will be the future of the prize?
Well, future of the prize, that's a very good question. I don't think the future of the prize is influenced by this current COVID situation, but more so by the necessity for it, if there is such a thing. Let's say if we see a continuous interest internationally in hosting our winners exhibition, giving exposure to photographers that engage deeply with the African continent or its diaspora, then we will surely continue the way we did. But what we are planning currently to do is we will definitely publish a 10 years anniversary book, which will thoroughly document what we have done over the past 10 years and give a platform to the 50 winners by then of the CAP prize, as well as to 50 other additional photographers engaging with the African continent.
Oh, that's a fantastic project. So you will be collaborating with many institutions based on the continent and curators as well. And so it will be really a collaborative project.
Yes, we aim it to be a collaborative project and also kind of a comprehensive source potentially in the end for contemporary African photography. That will hopefully lead to a stronger base for African photography in general.
So we're really looking forward to following this project, and thank you very much, Ben, for sharing about this prize.
Thank you, Pauline.